What is a shift that leads to transformation? Shifts are the incremental changes you make on your path to transformation. And I help you get to make these shifts to get to the transformation, because shifts are the little changes. Say you decide you need to lose 5, 10, 15, 20 pounds. In my case, I needed to lose 80 pounds. Now, you could have gone to doctors and he said, hey, your blood pressure is terrible, you need to lose weight. Or like me, you were sitting in a meeting, you could barely button your pants and you knew this is just time to lose weight. Whatever reason, you decide to start losing weight. So you lose 15 pounds and you think, man, I look good, I'm gonna go shopping. That's a shift, because you're looking in the mirror thinking, I look pretty darn good. So then you start losing more weight. You've lost another 10 pounds. And you're thinking, wow, I'm really looking good. So your whole demeanor starts changing. Your confidence starts building. You decide to change your makeup. You go with friends shopping and change how you dress. These are shifts along your path. And then the transformation is when you wake up one day and you look in the mirror and you think, wow, look at me. I dress different. My makeup's different. I am so confident. Or, let's use an example. I had a coaching client, and when she came to me, she was overweight. She was just terribly unhappy. She didn't date men as much as she just spent time with them. You know what I meant. It's kind of like back in my day, we'd call it a wham bam, thank you ma'am type thing. That's probably so politically incorrect, but oh well. And she came to me and she's like, I'm just so unhappy. She goes, I have this great job. She was a leader. She had a fantastic job, but she just wasn't happy. So we dug into it. We started making these little shifts. We started reconnecting within, doing the inner work with her to figure out where this thing was meant that she didn't want to get into relationships. She had been married 3 times and just didn't want to be in relationships. She just wanted to do the thing and move on. But she deeply craved being in a relationship. So we started reconnecting within, and then she decided, I've got to lose weight. I used to be really thin, and she showed me a picture, and she was gorgeous. She was still gorgeous as she was today, but to her, she wanted to get back to that person. So she started losing weight. She loses, 15, 20 pounds, changes the way she dressed, changes makeup. She kind of follows the pattern we all follow. So we're done coaching, off she goes. She calls me a couple months later and says, I've lost 90 pounds. I'm like, that is fantastic. You've got to send me a picture. She goes, and I'm in this relationship with this guy. She goes, and I think I might love him. She goes, he's amazing. And she talked about him, and he was the complete opposite of every guy she used to date. This guy had a great job. He was a professional. He was intellectually her match because she had a higher degree. They just got along fantastic. They started traveling, and she's like, I quit my job. I don't need the money. I've invested well. I quit the job. And she just called me a while ago, and she says, I'm getting married. And I would never have been to this position if I wouldn't have talked to you about how to lose 10 pounds. She goes, who would have known 10 pounds would lead to a total transformation of my life? And it wasn't the weight. Sure, that's a part of it, but it was the confidence. Because every time she looked in the mirror, she grew more confident. And every time you grow more confident, you're willing to make changes. You're willing to step into yourself. And that's what she was willing to do. You're willing to take chances, because now you get to that point where you don't want to be a doormat anymore. You don't want people to walk all over you. You don't want to wake up the next morning with that, as she would say, that slimy feeling. You want what you want. And you deserve it and you're entitled to it. But you need to do the internet work. You need to reconnect within, and then you need to rewire everything and, connect things to where they should be, where they were meant to be before life got in the way. And then you ignite your fire. Step into that dream, that person you were born to be. It's fantastic. So you have these little shifts. And there's major shifts and minor shifts. A little shift is you lose 5 or 10 pounds. A major shift is you lose 80 pounds. Because trust me, I've lost 80 pounds. I went from a size 24 to a size 10 and probably a size 8. I just don't like tight clothes. I've lost all that weight. So, my whole persona has changed because of that. That was a shift until you get to that transformational moment where you look in the mirror and you're like, holy crap, I'm a different person. And check out in the next video, I'm going to talk about how you have minor shifts. Minor shifts are you lose 5 or 10 pounds. And major shifts would happen to me in October. And if you follow me, you know what I'm referring to. What happened to me in October on the side of the road when the person that pulled over to the side of the road and 45 minutes later got back onto the interstate were two totally different people. It was a major shift. And it was a shift like I've never experienced in my life. It was very much a spiritual shift. So it was crazy. So that'll be in the next video. But if you're ready to start having these minor shifts to get to that transformational moment, when you look at yourself and you're like, I love myself, I could not be happier about myself, then let's work together. Check out my website. I have an online course. It's on special if you're watching this before February 28th. After that, it goes back to its original price of $497. It is jam-packed with videos, workbook. You keep it forever. I mean, as I make updates, and I do view this growing, you'll get all the updates, for the rest of your life. And if you want to do one-on-one coaching with me, email me. I don't market one-on-one coaching because I do have a full-time job that I love and adore. So I only take a couple one-on-one clients a month to make sure I give them the time and effort they desire and that they deserve. So, just DM me or go to my Facebook group, She Leads Confidently, and check it out there and just DM me and say, hey, I'd like to talk to you about one-on-one coaching, and we'll hook something up. I want every woman in this world to experience these shifts, because then when I watch my client take these shifts, when I watch my client step into who they are and they find their blue rose, they find that calling, and this blue rose within their soul starts blossoming and blooming, it's magical. And every woman on this planet deserves to have that moment. If there's anything I can do for you, if I can help you, like I said, reach out to me on, DM me, and I'd be happy to talk to you. I want you to wake up one morning and go into the bathroom and look in the mirror and say, who in the F is she? And man, do I love her. Because I get up every morning, look in the mirror and say, look at me. Look at me. I go out and I look at my high school picture, because that was the last time, my high school, and then I have a military picture when I was in the Air Force. Those were close to the last times that I felt like on top of the world and unstoppable until I got to this point. Let me help you get to this point. Let me help you become confident so you can say She Leads confidently. Have a great day, guys. If you have any questions at all, please, please, please ask me. I'm here to help you guys to lift and lead. Have a great day, y'all.